Kids, what's the craziest thing you've ever saw in public? I was at the mall with my friends just trying to get some food from the food court. Normal Saturday stuff. When we heard screaming coming from the Apple store. Like full-on chaos. Not the kind of screaming you hear when someone drops their phone in the toilet. This was genuine terror mixed with disbelief. We all stopped mid-bite and looked at each other like, are we about to witness a crime? Obviously we're nosy, so we ran over. And what we saw will live in my brain rent-free forever. There was this kid, maybe 12 years old, sprinting through the store with a display MacBook still attached to the security cable. Dude, he was dragging the entire table behind him like it was a dog on a leash. The table was scraping across the floor, making this horrible metal-on-tile screech that sounded like a demon filing taxes. Employees were chasing him, but this kid was fast, like he trained for this moment his entire life. One employee tried to cut him off near the iPad section, but the kid juked left and kept going. Another guy lunged and missed, crashing into a display of AirPods like a drunk giraffe. The whole store was just watching in horror while this kid treated grand theft like an Olympic sport. He made it all the way to the entrance, table still dragging behind him, when the cable finally hit its limit. And I mean hit. The kid didn't slow down, didn't stop, just kept running full speed until physics said no. He face planted right in front of everyone. The MacBook went flying, the table flipped, and the kid skidded across the floor like a hockey puck with anxiety. For a second, nobody moved. Then security rushed over, and instead of being scared or apologizing, this kid started crying. Not little sniffles, full-on sobbing like someone just told him Santa wasn't real. He's wailing. My mom said I could have any laptop I wanted for my birthday. Hello? That's not how that works. You can't just sprint out of a store with a computer because your mom said you could pick one. That's like saying, my dad said I could have a car, and then hot wiring a Tesla in the parking lot. The security guard, clearly exhausted, asked where his mom was. The kid pointed across the mall to Cinnabon, and there she was, just casually eating a cinnamon roll, completely unaware her son just tried to commit a felony in 4K. They brought her over, and she walked up, wiping frosting off her fingers like she was being interrupted during a spa day. The manager explained what happened, and instead of being embarrassed or apologetic, she had the audacity to say, well, you shouldn't make them so easy to grab. Ma'am. The manager blinked like his brain was buffering. He said, that's literally the point of a display model. She crossed her arms and goes, well, how was he supposed to know he couldn't just take it? He's 12, not 2. At 12 years old, you understand basic laws. You know not to steal things. You know that cables mean, don't remove this. But she kept going, saying her son didn't know any better, and that the store should have been more clear. Clear about what? That theft is illegal? Mall security finally stepped in and kicked them out after causing the most annoying disturbance ever.